Girl Charlie, welcome back to Charlie's Voyages. So today I want to continue the emotional journey, and throughout the process, of course, it's going to incorporate emotions. But I wanted to kind of spearhead, the radiation, surgery, and chemotherapy. So I stopped at chemotherapy, and now just kick it to after I finished my chemotherapy, I felt fine. I thought that I was going to come back to life and take over the world like I had always planned. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. So I had surgery. I had a left breast mastectomy, and I think I talked a little bit about that in the beginning. However, the surgery went well. My niece, Lisa, and she was like my bulldog. She let nobody in. She questioned everything, and you have to have somebody on your team like that. Even when you go in for the diagnosis, treatments, you really need someone with you because you're not really thinking. You're just trying to get through the process because it takes a lot of strength. It takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot to just get through it. So you need somebody to kind of, keep you up with the appointments. You need somebody to kind of just navigate the system, help you navigate the system, talk to the doctors if you have a problem, so forth and so on, and especially when you're having surgery. So moving forward, let's go to radiation. Radiation is in my prayer life. God told me to take the chemotherapy, do the surgery. However, he did not tell me to do radiation. I was frightened into doing radiation, and it didn't work out well for me. After the radiation, and let's just say, I'll just talk about the process. So radiation you do every day, 5 days a week. It doesn't last long, maybe 5 or 10 minutes. It doesn't last long at all. However, it's the prep because I was sexually abused and also raped. That was traumatizing for me because I had to literally, they put you on this little table. They have to measure this certain spot, and then that's the spot that the radiation goes into. And the radiation, again, like I said, it does not cure cancer. What it does is cauterizes that area, means it fries it so that nothing escapes. And so it helps in the process. For me, but it is poison, and it's poison, throughout your body. But for me, afterwards, I ended up volunteering for people trying to, I got to find and prove myself to the world because I got to be a working person and I'm scared. What am I going to do with my life? And, all legitimate, issues. But however, I really should have took the time to just heal. The radiation, going in every day to the radiation, again, it traumatized me. So emotionally, every time they put me on that table, I was just like a science project. They didn't think about me as a human being. It was making sure they got, the right parts, because, you have to make sure you are focused in on the right area so you don't fry anything else. So I just felt like I was not considered, like I was just a thing, a cadaver even. So that just made me feel like being raped, like being sexually abused. So my body not only could take it, but also emotionally, I just couldn't handle it. I was like, this has got to end. I would just rather just go ahead and leave because it was just too much both ways. So I ended my treatments after 19 treatments out of 31. The other thing that was emotionally traumatizing for me was I lost a lot of people during the process of when I left the county because of another medical issue. I might as well, it was a pain disorder, fibromyalgia. And I'll talk about it now because it kind of, the cancer made it worse. It made the pain go like, oh my God. It was just losing people I thought were my friends. It was just like, I looked around and was nobody there except for Dawn Penny, Stacy Dyer, Sister Rosalie Drew, Sister Alberta Drew, and Tarilla G. Well, they were like my team, you know, other than my children when I was still in E-course. I mean, nobody, this is when I was just going through the pain. So transitioning on to the cancer, it was just, that's when people came on board. See, when they didn't know about this fibromyalgia thing, they was like, whatever, nobody knows about that. But when they found that I had cancer, then everybody was like, oh, you know, well, not everybody, but a lot of people were like, felt sorry for me. But I didn't want sympathy. I just wanted some love. That's what I always wanted, because that's what I thought I gave. Anyway, I learned that you can't hold people hostage for not being able to handle the diagnosis, because some people just don't do deep and they don't do heavy. You know, they can't handle a heavy diagnosis, and they can't travel down that, you know, the analytical journey of, you know, the whys and whatever. So I learned when my mother passed away, well, the day she passed away, when my sister said something powerful to me, because I was angry at her and probably my brother for not, I felt like they should have done more. And she said to me, she said, I just can't go back in there. I can't see her like this. And then God told me, he said, everybody can't do it. Everybody is not, that's not their assignment. Everybody's not a caregiver. And I was like, wow. So I had to take her off the hook. But also, it helped me realize that even as I went through my cancer journey, a lot of people couldn't be there. It wasn't that they probably wasn't with me. They just couldn't handle it. So, with all that being said, I'm going to wrap the emotional part up. I hope I helped somebody, because that's what this is about. To help somebody, because a lot of times people don't share their cancer journey because they can't handle it themselves. And it's private. It really is a private thing. So it was hard for me to share with you in the beginning, but it's necessary because I'm helping somebody. Anyway, thank you for listening. Until next week, peace, love, soul.